Sorry, I had a little bit of spit there. I had to swallow for a second, but I'm all good. What is going on, guys? How y'all doing on this Saturday? Well, I always have to look at the time before I say morning or afternoon. On this Saturday, early afternoon, because it's just afternoon here. This is the Club of the... Okay, afternoon, as in 12 p.m., not in... It's just afternoon. Well, then again, who cares? I say too much sometimes, so I'm just going to keep my mouth shut and just... Well, I can't keep my mouth shut, so I'm just going to talk about SmackDown now. What's going on, guys? This is the Club of the Man 1993, and we are here live for my live review of last night's edition of SmackDown, the season premiere of SmackDown, from the October 16th, 2020 edition of SmackDown. Took place once again at the WWE ThunderDome at the Amway Center in Orlando, Florida. Last night, of course, it was a rating sucker, because we had Stephanie and Triple H appear for no reason on the show. We also had people like Ric Flair appear in the ThunderDome audience. We had Ric Flair, we had Goldberg, we had I think Mark Henry, somebody else again, I can't remember who it was though. Oh, Jeff Jarrett, that's who it was. It was Jeff Jarrett. Of course, it's gonna be pointed out in the notes anyways. So obviously it was a ratings sucker show because, it's the season premiere of SmackDown. It's really not that much big of a deal. I hate how they hype up these like season premieres and such because, there's new stars. Yet again, there was some Raw stars on this show just to, finish some unfinished business with some things, but hopefully that should not be the case going into next week. Who knows? But anyways, so let's talk about SmackDown. So first off, I didn't get to catch the first half hour of SmackDown. I started watching from the New Day farewell match because I was out shopping for a pumpkin carving party I'm going to tonight. So I was out getting some last minute tools for that, and reading what happened beforehand, I'm like, whatever. I don't really care that much. There was some good... This was one of those episodes of SmackDown, like, yes, I gave it a good grade for what I gave it. I feel like it was only because of that ending. The rest of this show had some things I liked, had some things I'm like, let's see. And there's some things I didn't like. So it was a very back and forth, solid show, I would say. There were, again, things I liked, we'll talk about that, especially that ending. Especially that ending. I love you! And another nasty little thought I had during this show. But we'll talk about all of that again. It's 12:07 now, so I actually have family come over at 1 for a little lunch to kind of have a last minute celebration for my dad, because yesterday was my dad's 60th birthday. So happy birthday to we'll call him father of the man. We had a nice, of course, anybody who follows me on my other social media accounts knows that yesterday I ate a T-bone steak, and the last time I ate a T-bone, I ate it clean to the bone. I'm like, I gotta live up to that title, and once again, I ate it right to the bone once again, and of course, with some mushrooms on it, and in the words of Mr. Money in the Bank Otis, steaks and shrooms, Tucky! Steaks and shrooms! Except as I say it to say steaks and shrooms, Daddy! Steaks and shrooms! Because I love my steaks with mushrooms, and I don't lift weights, even though I probably could, but I'm getting way off track again. I'm on limited time, so let's talk about this show again. Not just talk about really until the end of the main event, but I said there was some small things that I would say I wasn't like ticked about with this show. So we'll see what we got. So let's check the live chat and see what we got here. We've got Robbie Kenobi. He says, I'm sure Bayley will sign the contract for Hell in a Cell, but what if she does with Sasha's own blood? Ooh. I definitely would love to hear that. Well, that would be intriguing. Could spice up this feud a little bit because it's going a little bit... Say we got for the contract signing. I'm like, please don't do what I'm thinking they're doing. So I hope we'll talk about it when we get to it, but that would be intriguing, of course. Drinking contest every time Michael Cole says the freak. Yes, that is very true. Apparently, again, Michael Cole now is addicted to saying not just boss time, but the freak, the freak, The Freak! We're going to hear that like how many times? Within 2 minutes, we'll probably hear it like at least like 20 times of Lars Sullivan being labeled as The Freak! I'm sure I'm making myself, another little, thing that everybody's going to love. The Freak! The Freak! The Freak! Also, I got a new nickname for Braun Strowman. We'll get to that later on as well. The Man's Dad. Yep. That's what I call it. No, I'm sorry. Not The Man's Dad. The Man's Dad. Pretty much, if you want to put it that way. But thank you for your stuff, as always, in the live chat, Robbie. Let's roll in and talk about this show. So, we opened up with a little town hall greeting, whatever you want to call it, from Stephanie and Triple H. Welcome us to the show, basically saying, here's the SmackDown superstars, even though there was some of them who aren't staying on SmackDown, they're just there for the show. Like Braun Strowman's on Raw, and so is Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and Jeff Hardy also was there for a random match with Lars Sullivan. Why? I don't know why they had to have Jeff Hardy. But anyway, so they hype up the show, and they start introducing some of the SmackDown stars, up until Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode attacked the Street Profits, and everybody started brawling like crazy. Lars Sullivan showed and destroyed Kalisto, and then Apollo Crews and Chad Gable as well. So, yep, there's already a sign that I was hope that Apollo Crews, he's back to catering. It's unfortunate, but he's back to catering. So we have that. So Lars Sullivan did that, and then Jeff Hardy attacked him from behind. He low-bridged the Freak to the floor, and then, of course, you have our first of our many, oh, look, this guy's on the show appearances. Jeff Hardy and, Jeff Jarrett was shown in the crowd at the Thunderdome, again, probably just for ratings. Only one I actually could say I really, I thought was cool was having Brie Bella and Bertie Danielson watching Daniel Bryan when he came out, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Then we had Lars Sullivan defeated Jeff Hardy with the Freak Accident. Okay. We'll see how it goes for Lars Sullivan being back again. The biggest reason why I'm happy Lars Sullivan is back is for my friend King Larry the First, who told me recently how he about how Lars Sullivan is kind of like a hero to him and whatnot. But of course, unfortunately, with some more controversy from Lars Sullivan, unfortunately his stock is dropping again. My goodness, if it's true or not, who knows? But all I can say is that I am getting sick of all this allegation stuff, all this pandemic stuff. I'm just sick of it. I don't even want to bother talking about it, so it's like, whatever. So, Lars Sullivan squashes Jeff Hardy. We get another hype reel for Bianca Belair, which the moment this feud with Sasha and Bayley is done, it's Bianca Belair's time to rule SmackDown Live. Well, just SmackDown, I'm sorry. But it will be Bianca's turn to rule this show once Bayley and Sasha is over with. Anyway, so then we get New Day cutting a promo, talking about how they're going to be split across the brands now. They've had a week to deal with it, and they reminisce about the highlights of their career and get emotional talking about the origin of the New Day, which, of course, as we all know, as we said how many times, it was a gimmick that was not supposed to work. But it ended up doing, and again, it just did wonders for these guys' careers. Again, all of them should be proud of what they accomplished as the New Day. Of course, they're technically still the New Day because Kofi and Xavier are still tag team champions going over to Raw. I don't know what they're going to do for Big E's new music, unless there was new music and I just happened to not notice on this show. So that got emotional there, and then we get the heel trio of Sheamus, Cesaro, Nakamura talking about how they're going to send New Day packing forever. And then we get the match with New Day and what it's called here on Cage Side Seats notes, the Bartist Collective, as they called themselves. Because it was kind of like, the Bar getting back together also for one last match as well, since Sheamus is going over to SmackDown. I like this match. I thought it was a fun 6-man tag match going out with a bang for not just the New Day but also the Bar as well. They kind of tease a couple of the Bar's double team maneuvers and whatnot. So I like the nostalgia in the match. I thought it was very fitting. The New Day, of course, come away with the win with the Midnight Hour. They hit on Sheamus. of course, kind of made sense since, Big E's biggest thorn was Sheamus. Um, Afterwards, the New Day huddle together, and, they just thank each other and whatnot, and it's off on their own merry ways now. I'm still kind of glad they didn't have them turn on each other or something like that. I don't know. It's it's something different. Obviously again look at what the stable did wonders for their careers. 6 years together and whatnot. They always stuck by each other's sides and it was always supportive. So to me it was just yeah, just keep New Day, keep them on good terms. Don't have them hate each other as they split off to different brands and whatnot. Like I was worried they would do. Again, though, it is kind of nice to see them try to go a different direction with them. Because, like I say, I love the New Day, but it's obvious that they've ran its course for now. Again, I do like, though, they've gone out as the 9-time tag team champions. Because if they ever do get back together, when they would have a good story going into them getting to their 10th tag title reign. I still feel with all three of them back together. That is. So I actually kind of like how they went out, but I don't think New Day is done forever. Again, I think we will come back to it, and like I said, come back to it, and have it at least the story of them getting to their 10th tag title reign. But of course, for now though, Big E, I'm watching you, man. Big E is lined up for that singles push. He's already been off to a pretty good start with it. Again, I do like how even though his match with Sheamus, the Falls Count Anywhere match was really good. I really liked that Falls Count Anywhere match. The rest of them, they were fine. Again, Big E and Sheamus to me, didn't really have the greatest chemistry in the world. I still like though how that feud kind of told that story of them wearing off the silliness of Big E and bring out more the serious side, because I love the serious side of Big E. And again, even when I first started watching wrestling, again, Big E was at the time, of course, he was Big E Langston. Big E was definitely one of those young upstarts that when I first started watching that, I was definitely always had a big eye on, because I just saw a lot of potential. I thought he was talented. I thought he was explosive, and I definitely saw a lot of him. So now he's getting that singles push again. I cannot wait. And I know I said on Monday's show that it feels like that Smackdown has a lack of baby faces. Big E, I think, is going to become one of those big baby faces, and this is a great opportunity for him to do that, of course. So I look forward to seeing, of course, what they do next with Big E. I originally predicted him going after Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship, maybe, even though I'd like to see Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens for the IC title, but it doesn't look like we're doing that quite yet. But we'll see what they go with that. But yeah, speaking of the IC title picture, backstage, we had Otis about to be interviewed. He was asked about what's all been going on with him losing his tag team partner and his girlfriend, Mandy Rose, both going to Monday Night Raw. Poor Otis. Even though, again, you lucky son of a gun! Anyways. Before Otis can really say much, Sami Zayn rolls up and says a word, pointing out that Otis has lost both his best friend and his girlfriend. So he's probably going to lose the Money in the Bank lawsuit as well. Whatever they do about that storyline with him and Miz, even though it's because Miz is on Raw, Otis on SmackDown. And I know I predicted them in my card predictions, which, by the way, decent start with the views for that, but let's get those views up a little bit, because I haven't had many views on my match cards in ages. It's making me a little mad. So I don't know what, I guess they may do a match like Otis and the Miz, because we've already seen Otis squash Morrison, so I don't want to see that match. We're probably going to do a match, maybe a Hell in a Cell with Otis and the Miz for the Money in the Bank contract. Whatever. I don't really care for it anyways. I'm sorry, I'm just not a fan of what they're doing with the Miz right now anyways. But Otis shoves Sammy away, so it looks like at some point we are going to do Otis and Sami Zayn for the IC title. Cool. Like I keep saying, though, Otis win the IC title, fine. I'm fine with that. Again, I don't hate Otis, just that I just still don't think he was the best choice for Money in the Bank. He has a direction to him as a babyface. He has a story behind him. It's just fun. They just kind of threw on a low carder. It still felt like. I still like him, but I just still don't think he was the best choice for Money in the Bank. But I'd still be I'd be okay with Otis getting a run of the IC title. I prefer it being either Big E or I still want to see Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens again. Again, like I said, we kept them away from each other for a whole year, which is all I asked. And honestly, I still feel like a Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens roles reverse feud is what could get the fire going again for Kevin Owens. Sami Zayn, since coming back from his hiatus, has been kind of catching my attention a little bit again. But yeah, that was that. So we have that hype for as well. Anything new in the live chat before we continue on? We got Among the BR saying EBA. EBA. That's weird because that's the name of my sister's doll. Alright. So we move on to then the return. The return. Felt so good. Here's the thing I'll say about the show also, why I didn't like about the show. Super duper piped in crowds. I'm sorry, again, the Thunderdome adds some value to it, but the fact that, that they're piping in the noise as well, again, it was a little overdone in the show, and I didn't like that, but it still felt good, though, to have the Yes Man, Daniel Bryan, yes, make his return, I believe, for the first time since his IC title match with AJ, a few months ago, I would say. I think that was the last time, right before Backlash, I think it was. I think that was the last time we've seen Daniel Bryan. Of course, he's now a father of two. His son, Buddy, I believe his name is. But of course, we do see Bree and Birdie on the Tron, which that one was nice. The rest of them, I'm like, okay, come on, like you're just overdoing it now. Of course, I forgot till then they introduced Brie Bella as a Hall of Famer, and I'm just like, I still don't think the Bella twins are Hall of Fame worthy. Anyways, Bryan comes out, talking about how impressed he is with the Thunderdome. He loved his time at home, but he couldn't wait to come back and experience this. What a night. We got the Street Profits basically hyping it up. Some of us were a little afraid that Daniel Bryan was going to be reprising his role as SmackDown GM, which I'm like, no, it's not happening. He was drafted to SmackDown as a wrestler. Yes, I know he's starting to wind down, but I'm like, no, trust me, Bryan hated that role. He hated it. I mean, now that he's, getting closer, to, retirement probably, and he's definitely, going to be going out on his own terms, maybe he wouldn't mind it so much, but, still. Anyways, so he comes out, he hypes up the rest of the show, and he also hypes up how he's got to meet, in person, the new SmackDown roster. There's a lot of fresh faces he likes, like for the women's division, Bianca Belair and the Riot Squad. Good people to put over. And people he's excited to fight, like Kevin Owens, who I think... Has Daniel Bryan and Kevin Owens ever had a one-on-one match? Because they were supposed to have a one-on-one at Fastlane last year, but instead they made a triple threat match and add in Mustafa Ali, which that was again, if there's ever an underrated match I feel deserves more praise for it than it gets, it's definitely that triple threat match at Fastlane last year. Again, I still cannot get over that finish. Still love that finish with Ali going the 054 and Bryan doing that flying knee on him. Dang it, I still love that. I still love that spot. I still love that match in general. But I don't know if Daniel Bryan and Kevin Owens ever faced each other one-on-one. They may have, I just can't remember off the top of my head. So we have him, Kevin Owens, him and Aleister Black, which, of course, him and Owens are on the same brand. Again, I've definitely started to sour on Aleister Black being a heel, but Daniel Bryan and Aleister Black booked right, of course. Yes, definitely. And then he goes down through other people. He even mentions Apollo Crews, which I'm like, cool, I'd be fine with that if they actually are going to book Apollo Crews, because to me, he's back in catering, unfortunately. So who knows on that one. But of course, there's one person who Bryan did not mention. And he comes out. Seth Rollins. He comes out, and he says he's upset that Bryan didn't mention his name. But he also has an important question, though. what side of history would you like to be on? When it comes to the greater good, you're either with him or against him. And surely a man of Bryan's intellect will want it to stand beside him and help mold the future of the industry to his vision. And Bryan's like, I'm always for change and for the future to be better, but he wants to take the plan and everything. But to be honest, Rollins' vision seems kind of quite dumb, as he was saying. And Bryan kept saying it was dumb, but Seth's like, it's not dumb. It's dumb. It's not dumb. It's not dumb. Not dumb. It's not dumb! Bang! And then Seth starts beating down on Bryan before Bryan breaks out of it and hits an axe bomb or lariat and starts blazing all the yes kicks and whatnot on Rollins' chest as we're getting yes, yes, yes. I thought it was pretty cool. But then Rollins breaks free and runs away. And then, of course, had to come out his biggest rivals, his two long rivals, Rey and Dominic Mysterio. No Aaliyah, though. We didn't see Aaliyah tonight. So Rey and Dominic come out, and it's basically 3-on-1 until Bryan's like, hey, guys, go ahead, help yourselves. He's all yours. So, of course, Rollins is begging Bryan to join, but Bryan's like, I'm having none of this. Nope. But then out comes Buddy Murphy. I did not like this. Murphy immediately gets in the ring and teases like he's going to stay with Rollins. And I'm like, stop this! Like, stop doing this! Like, again, Buddy Murphy has already made it clear. He's in love with Aaliyah Mysterio, as you know, I want to continue to say, and I still find it ridiculous that they're doing that. They got in the storyline. But again, it's over. Seth and Rollins is over. I mean, not Seth and Rollins. Murphy and Rollins is over. Quit teasing us or having Murphy, going back and forth with it. He made his decision. Quit teasing it. But Murphy beat down on Rollins, and then, Rollins somehow broke free out of that as well. Well, he had a big knee strike that sent Rollins flying out of the ring. And then Murphy and the Mysterio stare each other down, and basically he puts a hand out. And I'm thinking, first off, you're only doing this because you want the Mysterio's daughter / sister or whatnot, and of course they're like, nope, not having that, leaves. So, yeah, unfortunately, it started teasing something pretty good, and then it brought back to reality, like, this is still going on. I'm like, no! But I'm just like, at this point, the Mysterios aren't going to get their comeuppance. The only comeuppance that's going to happen is Buddy Murphy getting Seth Rollins' comeuppance at Hell in a Cell. Which, I'm actually for that match. Again, I'd like to see the match happen at Hell in a Cell. But like I said before, Rollins has beaten the Mysterios how many times, so why do I want to see, the Mysterios get their comeuppance? But now, again, the whole storyline's not centered around Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio. It's surrounded by the newest star that Vince McMahon thinks sees so much star power in, Aaliyah Mysterio. And I'm like, she's only 19 and an actress! I just find it dumb. But, gotta say this. I know this is completely, this is completely, a little out of line a little bit, but I could not help myself. But when Murphy stuck out his hand to shake the Mysterio's hand, I immediately thought, okay, don't tell me Rey and Dominic are thinking, I hope that hand has not been where we're hoping. Oh, gosh, I had to say it. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. Again, this whole romance angle with Aaliyah and Mysterio and and Murphy, again, it's just so ridiculous. I still think it is. And it's just so unnecessary, and it's another reason why another feud's continue that does not need to continue. Like, what is up with these long storylines that are continuing whenever, McIntyre's beat Orton 2 times already. Yeah, that's continuing. And we're continuing Mysterios and Rollins. Now it's become Aaliyah Mysterio, Buddy Murphy, and Seth Rollins again. It's just so weird. So I had to think that, again, just me have my mind in the gutter, of course, but I will say this, though. The one thing I liked about this, though, was the tease between a feud with Seth Rollins and Daniel Bryan. Because other than, a few singles matches, probably whenever, Team Hell No was feuding with The Shield, back in 2013 or 2012 also, maybe when Bryan first came back from his neck injury, was kind of heating his feud back up, trying to get back to the main event WrestleMania in 2015. And then I know they had a one-on-one match last year during the wild card rule. While Rollins was Universal Champion, Bryan was a SmackDown Tag Team Champion. I know they had a one-on-one match there, but I don't think Seth Rollins and Daniel Bryan have ever had a one-on-one pay-per-view match. That actually really interests me. And again, I know that they're really good friends in real life, from, the documentaries and everything. So I'd be like, hey, let's go for it. I'd love to see it. I think that would be an excellent feud. Daniel Bryan and Seth Rollins. So hopefully we get that. I'm hoping to see that probably once they end this stupid stuff with Rollins and the Mysterios, and it's just driving me crazy. Anyway, so we have that, and then I hate matches like this. We have the Street Profits defend the tag titles against Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. And all I remember that happened about this match, it ended in a disqualification because things got out of line. Well, why? Like, what was the story behind Ziggler and Roode getting that upset or whatnot? It made no sense to me. And it just ended with, Ford and, the Street Profits still standing tall and whatnot. And I'm just like, what's the... Like, if you're trying to save this match for Hell in a Cell, which Street Profits, Roode, and Ziggler could be a decent match. Why just waste it on TV like that? Like why? Why? I'm just so done with them doing that. When they basically just have to fill in time with a match they intend on doing at pay-per-view, that they're not going to raise the stakes for. I mean, at least Sasha and Bayley, it was able to set up with a Hell in a Cell match. Okay, I can kind of forgive that one. But this, it's like, what's it going to set up to? Like, what, how are they going to raise the stakes to prevent this from happening again? And, it's stupid. It's just so stupid. I hate when they do that. So that happened there. And then, speaking of which, we had this contract signing for Bayley and Sasha Banks. So, Adam Pearce was on hand. Bayley and Sasha both come out. Bayley talks about her title reign and how she did it all by herself. Which Sasha's like, no you didn't. No you didn't do that. I helped you out of so much. But then Bayley was just like, once again, you were just waiting to turn on me the entire time. Which is the story they should be going for. Because again, we all know Sasha Banks, is all about, being to the top. She has to be in the spotlight all the time. But of course, again, the way to make it, Sasha Banks again being, the babyface storyline is first saying, yeah, you're right, I do that, but it's all business. For you, Bayley, you just went all psycho and whatnot. But instead, it was Sasha Banks going, no, I stayed beside your side the entire time. But with the tag titles, I even helped you. Again, I do like this. She even helped her win her first championship on the main roster. I mean, look at all that Sasha Banks has done for Bayley. She brought her up to the main roster as her tag team partner. She helped her win the Raw Women's Championship. She helped her keep her SmackDown title, the tag titles, all that jazz. And then she starts calling Bayley a coward and saying that, my name is bigger than that title. And, I was never... She basically said she was never going to turn on Bayley. I'm like, no! Don't do that again! As I'm saying, what's going to make this feud so good is having Sasha Banks still having, that edge to her. She's supposed to be the babyface in this feud, but don't have her be this, goody-goody white knight babyface. It's like, no! Heck yes! You were going to turn your back on Bayley at some point. Heck yes, you were going to do that. You can probably deny all you want, because at this point, if you keep having Sasha denying it and trying to be the babyface, then she's going to look like an idiot once she reveals the whole time that she was. Again, Sasha Banks is not meant to be a white knight babyface. She's meant to be a badass babyface. You're going to make her a babyface. And this is why, again, I keep saying, I wanted Sasha Banks to be the heel, because she's meant to be a heel. Even though they could make it sense having Bayley, going all crazy and whatnot, because things weren't going her way. So, like I said, that's again, like I said, the thing. Again, if they're doing this feud, they can't be making Sasha Banks a white knight babyface. That's not how it needs to be. Have to keep Sasha Banks at that edge. But seeing this promo, I'm like, no, don't tell me they're going to make her a white knight babyface and just overproduce the feud like they always do with everything. But anyway, so that happens. Sasha wants to take the title off of Bayley, of course. Bayley doesn't sign the contract. Bayley does not sign a contract, and she walks away. So either one, you're going to make it obvious that Bayley is scared, or two, again, you can either have them go through some gruesome thing next week where it finally leads to them signing the contract or whatnot, or Bayley up in the stakes or something. But no, a lot of people are saying this, and I agree. You know what's probably going to happen? Here comes Stephanie McMahon saying, Bayley, you signed that contract or else. As it always is. And again, it's just not how this feud should be. So who knows? So, we got that. Then we got the main event. After, of course, showing off that Ric Flair, Mark Henry, and Goldberg were both in the audience at the ThunderDome. Let me see here. So, we have the main event. Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman. The only thing I will nitpick about this is why is Braun Strowman coming out dressed like a gardener? He's coming out now with the Strowman Express vignette. Again, don't forget, he is the choo-choo train among men. Not the monster among men, not the babysitter among men, but the choo-choo train among men. But he comes out wearing this outfit, looking like he's just stepping outside, pull some weeds or, do some landscaping. He even puts on a pair of gloves. And I'm like, he's a gardener! He's now the gardener among men! But then out comes Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman. And of course, Roman does take off his shirt and he's continuing to wrestle shirtless. Which again, just that look in general makes him look even more intimidating. But I love this match. Again, other than 2018, when they turned Braun Strowman heel and had that no contest finish at Hell in a Cell, these two again always bring out the best in each other. Just again showing how great Braun Strowman is. It's just a shame that once they detach Braun Strowman from Roman Reigns, he goes back to Raw. Well, I have hopes for him and Keith Lee. I do have hopes for Braun Strowman and Keith Lee. But if not, they're going to make Braun Strowman feel absolutely lifeless again. Because once again, as I continue to say, and I still feel bad for saying this, especially after watching the Braun Strowman Chronicle or the 24 special on WrestleMania this year, I still feel bad saying this, especially hearing how much it meant for Braun Strowman to get that moment. But I'm facing the reality. WWE only gives Braun Strowman the opportunities he deserves when they need him. Not when they wanted him to, they need him. Once Roman Reigns was backing out of WrestleMania 36, they needed Braun Strowman. They needed Braun Strowman. Could have gone with somebody else? Yes. But if it was never for Roman Reigns going home, Braun Strowman would have done nothing all summer. That's just the facts of reality. But again, like I said, just watching him in this match, I'm just like, again, this man is a freaking world champion if you book him right. Not just like he loses and he acts like a crybaby and just runs everybody over or whatnot. But anyways, excellent match. Brutal and everything. I continue to like how Roman Reigns is bringing out some new moves in his arsenal, such as he's doing like a Rough Rider, and he even won. I don't think this ever happened on main roster. He won by choking out Braun Strowman to a guillotine, which was quite sick. Again, I just love how Roman is slowly exposing more. Where is that new theme music though? Hopefully that is still to come. I heard he might want to wait till a live audience again to, reveal new theme music. But, just excellent. But after the match, Jey Uso comes out. Strowman starts to get up, but then Roman hits a spear while staring down his cousin. And he says, this is how we eat. And if he's not at the top, they can't do that. He doesn't want to do that to Jey, but he's given him another chance to avoid ending up like Strowman. Which, of course, Jey continues to watch his on. Roman takes a chair and just starts wailing the hell out of Braun Strowman. Before the referees and everybody else come out to try to get Roman to lay off. He does not, and he's continuing to talk trash to Jay, saying I love you, man. Don't make me do this to you. Don't make me do this to you. Again, just the facial expressions, the feeling, the trash talk. I'm just like, Vince, I continue to say this. What took you so long to book Roman like this? Because it's freaking awesome. So he continues to talk trash to Jay, and he continues just to break free, and basically is like, don't touch me, I'm Roman Reigns, damn it. And he keeps turning around, and he's just continuing to beat down Braun Strowman with that chair. Finally, Jey Uso gets in the ring, and Roman's telling him that he loves him, but the fact that he's trying to take his place makes no sense, and he wants him to prove him wrong by hitting him with a chair. The first thing he was trying to hit Strowman with the chair, but Roman's like, what, fine, hit me, go ahead, hit me. He turns around with his square bare back, but then Jey Uso doesn't want to do that. He just slams the chair down, and then him and Roman just stare each other down. But then, finally, Jey just snaps, super kicks Roman right in the face. I did a bunch of spit right there. Super kicks him right in the face, and Roman is down. And then Jey grabs the chair, and he's like, I love you too! And he just snaps and starts beating down Roman with that steel chair until the referees start breaking him away. They break him away. Roman gets up, and he Superman punches Jey and lays him out. It was awesome. And then Roman just walks away getting all emotional. Like, I can't believe I had to do that. But at the same time, it's just like, again, Roman obviously, has to be on top. He is in power. And he is not going to have somebody else. Again, like, this man felt betrayed. Is betrayed because the fans, and everybody once again, tried to forget about this man once he left the company. We're still waiting for that promo, of course, when he just trashes all the fans. Again, that can very well come when he feuded Daniel Bryan. Yeah, I don't want to see that match. I want to see it. But, for crying out loud, this man is doing whatever he can to stay on top, even working the system and playing his cousin like a freaking fiddle. And like he's saying, if I can do this to Braun Strowman, imagine what I can do to you. Because he wants Jey Uso to acknowledge him as where he believes he is, the tribal chief. Dang it. Again, guys, I continue to say this. Vince, what took you so long to do this? This is awesome! I love this Roman Reigns. I'm sure most of us, whoever's in live chat, does as well. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for SmackDown. Before I check the live chat, let me check the polls on Twitter, because after that, after this, I gotta get going, because I have my answers here about 20 minutes. But, anyways, so, for what grade would you give SmackDown? 19 votes on this poll. 47.4% said A, 36.8% said B, 5.3% said C, and 10.5% said D or lower. I'm giving this show a B-. Again, it was a little bit inconsistent of a show. Because there was some stuff I liked, some stuff I did not like, some nitpicks I had in there. I still think, though, that main event, though, the match itself and what happened after the match really upped my rating. So that's why I gave this show a B-. And let's check the live chat before we go off. Ooh! I talked about him earlier. Looks like we've got King Larry in the house, guys. Well, first we have a hello from Sean Rajput. Hello. Chiza Zinhard. What's up as well? And we got King Larry himself saying, The Freak! Again, I know you love Lars Sullivan, man, but tell you what. Again, everybody saying in the live chat, the newest drinking game is how many times is Michael Cole going to say, The Freak! On the microphone. Let's see what Larry has to say. Again, it's been a while, Larry. Thank you for joining us. Let me see here. Long time no see. Hope you're doing fine. Again, surviving this pandemic the best I can. But I'm doing well, and I hope you are too, my friend. Dolph Ziggler is channel-changing material for me. Can't watch the guy anymore. I just can't. I can't take him seriously. Get him out. Again, I'll even go back to what I said about Dolph when he set up for the stipulation for the Extreme Rules, the Horror Show match with him and Drew McIntyre. What Dolph did was genius in the stipulation he chose. But again, as I said, if he's going to do nothing but lose and never win to get anything else backed up behind it, and just be just like, the one to eat the pins to like protect like whoever he's, wrestling someone else. And again, like I said, like no offense, it's like why do, and I agree with Larry, why take him seriously? Just why take him seriously if that's all he's gonna do? Again, he needs to go to AEW. I want to see Dolph Ziggler in AEW, for crying out loud. He hopes the Mike of Mike is still alive and well, good old times. Yeah, I hope as well too, my friend. I hope so. Don't worry, it ain't going anywhere. It's always been on my desk. Safe and sound. Never getting rid of it. Although, again, I appreciate you named it the Mike of Mike, because until then, my ex-girlfriend called it Rutherford. And a way to, wipe that from memory, it's the Mike of Mike. So I appreciate that, Larry. Yeah! I'm sorry, I had to go a little crazy about that. But thank you, Larry, for that. Let me see here. The Gardener among men, yes, of course. I'm killing him. Oh, man. I got to. What can I say, Larry? Roman should debut his new theme after Hell in a Cell, if it's ready, of course. Why wait? Again, he should, especially if he slowly show more, again, like, the new look, the new, moves in the ring, like, the Rough Rider, the guillotine chokehold. Again, I heard a rumor. I thought he wanted to wait until, we could actually have a live audience. But, if we do have, the ThunderDome for now, again, yeah, Larry's right. Why wait? We don't want to wait too long. So, if he does a Hell in a Cell, awesome. We want to buy into this tribal chief thing now, so I think it's now or never with the new theme music. You got a point. Mike is a maniac and he loves it. Of course, again, when I'm into it, Larry, and trust me, anymore, again, as I've told people how many times, I try to do these reviews when I'm like, I have like, the right energy. Because, I was off this week from work on vacation. I return on Monday. I don't want to go back to work yet, but I have to. But because of like my work schedule and everything, I have my nights where I just don't have the energy, to do a proper review, and I half-ass it. And I've done some, and again, I do apologize, but trust me, when I have the right energy, when I'm well rested, I'm going off, as we all know. What else? Let me see here. What else we got from him? Who would have thought that Roman Reigns would grab all our interest in 2020? Exactly, because WWE finally pulled the trigger and let him be him, and be this heelish character that is just freaking awesome. And he's glad the Mike is still here. He's doing well. Thank you so much for asking. Hope you're having an awesome weekend, my friend. Take care. You as well, Larry. And again, thank you for coming back. Again, I know you're not as into wrestling anymore, but again, feel free to come back anytime and just rip on wrestling however you want, Larry. It's always good to hear from you, my friend. So, glad you were able to jump in. And, yeah, my aunt should be here in about 10 minutes. So, I'm going to check out here, guys, again. A B- for SmackDown. And again, I also apologize. I was going to do a top 10 special. I was on vacation. Just other stuff happened. I didn't get around to it. But again, I'll try to bring those back whenever I can. But guys, that's going to do it. Of course, next week will be the typical reviews of Raw, AEW, NXT, SmackDown. I'll do preview predictions, of course, for Hell in a Cell. I'm not going to do preview predictions for Halloween Havoc. I'm going to watch Halloween Havoc, but I'm not going to do preview predictions for it. I'll do a review for it like if it was a pay-per-view, but, that's that. So, guys, I got to check out now. So, what are your thoughts on SmackDown this week? Please leave your thoughts down in the comments section below. And be sure as always to slap a like on the video, subscribe or comment to my channel, and follow me on Twitter at TheManAirboy93. Until then, guys, I'm checking out. I'll see you guys in a few days or whatnot, or if I get any more of my Harry Potter Let's Play videos uploaded as well. As again, I'm trying not to, veer away from that too much as I was before, but we'll do that. So, guys, that's going to do it. I'm checking out. Have a good rest of your Saturday, guys. Peace out, everybody.